Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. Now today I'm going to have a long preamble. I apologize to those of you who are irritated by such things and want me to get straight to the reading. If one of you kind-hearted viewers would please put a timestamp in for people who don't want to listen to the preamble, I would be very grateful. But what we are reading on today, what we are looking at today, is that thorny issue of Meghan Markle's true age. Apparently, some sleuths out there have noticed that in the court documents, the recent appeal hearing, Meghan stated that she was 13 years younger than her sister Samantha, and Samantha is of course 57, which would make Meghan Markle 44, which would mean that she was born in 1977 and not 1981, as is the official version of her birth date. And if you can hear snoring, it's not one of those annoyed readers or viewers who's fallen asleep waiting for the reading to start. It is Tess, who is having a snooze after her afternoon walk. And so Tess is snoring away. As an astrologer, I tend to believe the 1981 date more than the 1977 date, purely because she's got a lot of Leo in that chart. In the 1981 chart, Mercury, Leo, her North Node is in Leo. It's all about me. And most of her planets fall in the first quadrant of her chart, which is the all about me quadrant. So it makes sense. I did try to look at Sabian symbols. And for those of you who are astrologers and know about Sabian symbols, you won't need an explanation. This is a great book for those of you who don't know what Sabian symbols are and are interested in finding out. There are other books, older books on Sabian symbols, but I find this one really resonates with me. Linda Hill, she's a fantastic Australian astrologer, and she really has developed the whole Sabian symbol thing as a way of reading charts, and her interpretations to me are very interesting. And what it is that each degree of the zodiac, there's 360 degrees of the zodiac, has a symbol attached that were downloaded to, I think the woman's name was Elsie Wheeler, many years ago in California. I think it was California. And they add another level to astrology, to chart interpretation, by giving symbols that have a meaning. And so, for instance, Meghan Markle's sun is Leo. Let me see, it's 12 Leo. And the symbol is an evening garden party of adults. And the interpretation is about networking, is about schmoozing, is about having a good time, gossiping. And very interesting to me, it's about social status and being superficial as the downside of that particular symbol. It's very interesting to me that Meghan's true colours first showed for a lot of people at that garden party with Prince Charles. I can't remember what exactly it was about. It's something to do with his birthday. Was it his 70th birthday or something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, there she was. She was looking fantastic, I thought personally. She's wearing a lovely outfit. And yet, suddenly, after a very short time at the garden party, she and Harry were ushered out, and she did that famous hip-swaying walk. Out she went, and off they went, and there was always rumour about why they left. Did she do something rude? Did she say something rude? Lady C says, this is all allegedly, of course, that Meghan was simply bored. She expressed her boredom and she was ushered out. And it was, for me, a big moment in her career as a royal, when possibly the truth of what it meant as to be a royal first dawned on her, and possibly the royals, such as Prince Charles, first had a moment of clarity about Meghan. Other royals allegedly saw through her from the start, but it was, I think, a quite damaging moment for her and her relationship with Prince Charles and with her relationship with the public. And so that's Sabian symbols for you. But the Sabian symbols for the rest of her chart don't really help. So if we look at her Sabian symbol for the moon, I thought that would be helpful. Her moon, if she is born in 1981, her moon is in Libra, And the Sabian symbol for that is a man teaching the true inner knowledge of the new world to his students. And she does like to teach, and the downside of that Sabian symbol is somebody who thinks that they know everyone, and they're arrogant and evangelical, and they like to preach. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right to me. If she is 4 years older, her moon moves to Aries, and it would be Aries 16. And Aries 16 is brightly clad brownies dancing in the warm dying light. Not brownies that you eat, but brownies as in little people. And it is about being off with the pixies, really. A bit deluded, away with the fairies. Could also be our Meghan. And that moon, the Aries moon, would be opposite Harry's Venus, and that would be quite an interesting combination in the chart, in their combined chart. But the Libra moon works for me, a man teaching the true inner knowledge of the new world to his students, because she did have that attitude that she was coming to the UK from the new world and teaching everybody about the way it's done in America, and telling the royals basically that they should be modernizing and doing things the way things are done in California. So I am quite invested in the 1981 chart. She does look older to me. She hasn't aged well, and this of course is just my opinion, and I do think that she's not aging well. But is she 40? Is she 44? One of my very early readings on this channel, I asked that question. I think it might have been a birthday reading for her a few months ago, and I got a 4. Very, very clear answer from the cards. Out came a 4. So I was pretty certain she was turning 40 in August. But let's have a look. I have finally got around to the cards, and I am using the Tarot of Curious Creatures. I'm going to be doing a short 5-card reading, asking the cards what is going on with her birthday. Why is there so much confusion about it? Why are people not convinced that she is 40? Neil Sean, for instance, always has a snigger when he talks about the former cable TV actress 40, sort of cough, cough, ahem, as if she really isn't. And so he's one who seems to believe that there is something fishy about her true age. It's very strange, very strange. And so I'm going to ask why the mystery around her age. Is she lying about her age? Is she 40? Is she 44? We'll ask directly, and then will the truth ever be revealed? If she is lying, will it come out, say, in Tom Bower's book? So at last, the cards are out. Excuse me. And very windy again today, and when it's very windy, I do suffer with all the dust, and my throat starts to block up. It's been unbelievably windy this summer. We've had an awful summer. I don't know what the weather is doing with you. Our weather has been very strange, very unpleasant, and it's continuing that way. Rather disappointing for Christmas. But I know that worse things can happen over Christmas than just bad weather. So I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining why I'm a little bit husky in my speaking voice at the moment. So that is, those are the 5 cards. And the underlying energy of this reading, just as a matter of curiosity, is the 9 of Wands, which is barricading yourself, putting a barrier around yourself, and blocking people, really distancing yourself from people. And it's just a defensive energy, the 9 of Wands. It's that embattled energy, and that's interesting to me because it does tell me that there's something strange about this, very strange about this. So we'll make space for that card. I wasn't intending to look at the bottom of the deck, but there it is, 9 of Wands, embattled energy, the wounded warrior energy, exhausted, constantly having to defend herself against these accusations. So let's see the heart of the matter, and for the heart of the matter, I really want to know why the mystery. Why is it that this age thing is such an issue still? And out she bursts, Meghan, the Sun card. That's the Leo card. And I'm getting a bit of a Marilyn Monroe energy from that. No offense to Marilyn Monroe to implicate her in a Meghan Markle reading. But there is the sun, there is the Leo, and interestingly, I have just read the Sabian symbol for her sun, and it is the garden party and having a good time and schmoozing and networking, but that doesn't really help us. So why is it an issue? It's an issue because she is such an attention seeker. And that's a very obvious answer. It's not telling us that there is a deep secret. There is something hidden. The sun is shining the spotlight on things. It's illumination. It's bringing clarity to a situation. So people want to know the truth about her. She's out there. She's a public figure. She's put herself out there as a public figure. And so people literally are shining lights into corners of her life where she possibly doesn't want them to shine lights, and trying to prise open things that are closed and to shine light into those dark corners, those murky corners of Meghan Markle's life, and just really see the truth. So, is she lying? A plain question: is Meghan Markle lying about her age? And of course, this is a tarot reading purely for entertainment purposes. So, is she lying? What do the cards want to tell us? And we get the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles is the juggling card. And it's quite interesting because it is about trying to balance a situation, trying to keep those balls spinning, those plates in the air, trying to keep the intrigue going, the mystery going. It's in the reverse, dropping balls. And so something that was spinning up in the air has come crashing down, and it does indicate to me that there is some sort of fudging of the truth with that card, that she thought she could keep those balls up in the air, keep spinning, keep the idea going that she's just 40. Maybe she isn't. Maybe there is something weird about her age after all. And so, first age, is she 40? Can the cards clarify that for us? Is she 40? And the Magician is in reverse in this card. That's the trickster. When the Magician is in reverse, that's a liar. If ever there was a liar, it's Mercury. The Magician, the trickster. Mercury is very sneaky when it's in reverse. The Magician is trying to manifest things, trying to fudge things, trying to pretend things. It doesn't look like she's 40, according to that card. Is she 44? Oh my goodness, my heart nearly stopped when I saw that Four of Pentacles. I have an idea that that is the card that came out when I asked this question in that other reading months ago. It's there somewhere in my Royals playlist right at the beginning, and it will be birthday related or age related. Four of Pentacles, my goodness. Is she 44? Cards seem to be saying, yeah, she is 44. I'm a bit stunned by that, really, because, as I say, there is a lot going for that 1981 chart with all that Leo, and it's almost as if, oh, this is going to sound weird, more weird than most of the things that I say on this channel, it's almost as if she has embodied that 1981 chart, and you can do that. You can, for instance, children. It's not considered good astrology practice to read children's charts. You can look at their chart, of course, when they're born and say, oh, well, this is the kind of personality and whatever. But then you tend to put it to one side until the child actually inhabits that chart. In the meantime, they fall under their parents' charts. And so big events in their parents' lives will really mark them as well. They live in the shadow of their parents, and quite rightly so, under that umbrella until they more mature and mature enough to start making their own decisions and to really start living their own charts. That's not to say you never look at children's charts, that's not true at all. But that's the closest analogy that I can give to this feeling that I get from Meghan, that she is so invested in being 40, in living that illusion, that she has really taken on the energy of that chart, and that would explain this Two of Pentacles card, that it's become burdensome for her. The Two of Pentacles in reverse is being overwhelmed by something. You thought you could carry something off with the Two of Pentacles. It was a good idea. Yes, let's prioritize the 1981 chart instead of the 1977 chart. Two of Pentacles is about making choices, prioritizing one thing over the other. Yes, I'm going to live the 1981 chart and not the 1977 chart. And now remember, of course, that Doria is in the picture, her mother, Meghan's mother, the yoga instructor. She's quite alternative. She is into new agey things. She apparently does tarot. Of course, she would know about astrology. This is my opinion, of course. Not saying that this is true. This is just my opinion about Doria, that she would allegedly know a lot about astrology and possibly have explained all of that to Meghan. And so Meghan knows, Meghan herself would know. She doesn't need her mother to teach her astrology, of course. That's rather patronizing of me to say that. But she herself could look up her chart. Anyone can go and look up their chart online. Astro.com is your place to start if you're interested in finding out your birth chart. That's the place to go. Free charts there. Fantastic website. Lots of resources. You can find out a whole lot about astrology there. Cafe astrology as well. But yeah, telling me that she could well be 44 and she could well be so invested in the idea of only being 40 that she has taken the energy on of that chart. I'm making an awfully long video here of some very few questions, but the outcome. And the outcome is, are we going to find out the truth? And Tom, say for instance, in Tom Bauer's book, is he going to scratch around and reveal the truth about Meghan Markle's age? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse could well be, because that is the independent woman who in the upright is abundant, secure, everything's going well for her, she got all she wanted, her life's great and well provided for. As I say, very independent. When it's in the reverse, things are not going well for her at all. Another card of kind of dropping the ball and not having all the answers, not having all the security, not being protected. And it's sitting next to the underlying energy of this reading, which is the Nine of Wands, which told me right at the beginning of this reading that there was something a bit off about this whole age thing. So to wrap it up, I think there is something fishy about this age thing, and I think that it's just really an energy thing that is going on, that she is so invested in the one age that she has really taken on the mantle of that astrological chart. And fascinated to hear what you have to say about this in the comments section. And thanks for putting up with me the ramble at the beginning, and I hope to see you on the next reading.